Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a haul, and I got a couple things from Lush. I got some stuff at Ulta, majority of it's Drugstore. And honestly, when I was kind of putting this stuff together, I didn't think this was going to be a very long video or much to show. Actually going through, I do have quite a bit of stuff to show you, so I'm going to go through things pretty quickly, or at least try to. So starting off with Lush, I got a couple things. I picked up another one of the Let the Good Times Roll. This is a face and body cleanser. I only use this on my face, so basically it's like a gentle exfoliator. It kind of has like a sweet scent. I think it's described as like a popcorn scent. It's definitely like a sweeter, it's kind of like a unique smell, but I actually really like it. It just leaves your skin feeling so smooth, so I really like to use this, and especially since it's a gentle exfoliator, it doesn't like irritate my skin or anything like that. So I'm really happy I was able to pick one of these up again. I got two masks. I got the Oatifix mask, which is one of the ones you keep like in the fridge, and I got the mask of Magaminty, and I got the self-preserving one. The Oatifix mask is perfect if you have like sensitive skin, especially if you have dry skin. I think you would really like this mask. It's a blend of banana, vanilla, ground almonds, and oats to cool and nourish irritated skin, and I feel like it does just that. It has a very sweet scent. You can really like smell the bananas and vanilla in this mask, so it kind of smells like breakfast to me. The mask of Magaminty is like a peppermint cleansing mask, so I like to focus the mask of Magaminty like all over my forehead and sometimes on my nose, and then I'll put the Oatifix everywhere else, and once I'm done I leave it on for about 10-15 minutes, and my skin is super smooth. I've noticed less breakouts on my forehead since using this mask. I got two things from Inglot, and I actually had never heard of these before. I don't know where I've been, but these are the sparkling dusts. They're like little highlighters for your face and body, and that is the highlight I have on right now. It is super intense. I think there are only three, and I picked up two of them, so I have number 1 and number 2. And number 1 has a little bit more of like a champagne rosy tint, while number 2 has more of a golden tint. And number 2 is the one I have on right now, and you just like a little bit of this stuff goes a really long way. I picked up a couple of the new Urban Decay lip liners. They came out with a whole new collection along with the new Smoky palette. They have a whole bunch of new matte lipsticks, which are amazing. I didn't get any of them yet, but just from swatching them, they seem really creamy, and they're super pigmented. So I might go back and pick up a couple, but for now I just got 2 of the liners, and I ended up getting 1993, which I thought I wanted the lipstick, but after swatching the two together, I actually like the tone of 1993 a little bit better. I just feel like it looks a little better on my skin tone, and I also got Starknaked. So they're not completely identical to the lipsticks. Starknaked kind of gives me like that pure Hollywood vibe, like that beigey pink, while 1993 definitely has that brown undertone. And I also got the Anastasia cream contour kit, and I got it in the shade medium. So they have this nice banana shade, which I am most excited about. They have several other like contour shades. Some of these are a little bit warmer, so it'd be nice to kind of just like warm up your skin. And then they have this shade here, which for me I could either use as like a color correcting for underneath my eyes, or maybe like a cream blush. So I'm really excited to use these. Even though I kind of heard like mixed reviews about them, I just wanted to try it out for myself. And since I was at the Impulse at Macy's where they sell Anastasia, I picked up 4 of the eyeshadows. At first I was just gonna get 2, but they have a 4-pack, so it's 4 shadows for $40, or they are $12 or $14 each. The ones I picked up are Gold Rush, which is, I believe it's like a satin or metallic finish. I picked up Fawn, which is a nice like ultra matte shade. Soft Gold, which I think is another metallic or satin shade. And I also got Touch of Lilac, and this is like a very nice, like really brightening, highlighting shade. Just a really big fan of their eyeshadows. I feel like they just blend out really nicely. They're really pigmented, so I'm excited to try those out. And I think that is it for high-end stuff. Starting with Ulta, I got this self tanner here, and this is the St. Moriz Instant Tanning Mousse, and I've been using this one for a while, but I used the lotion before, and so I decided to get the mousse, and it's what I have on right now. And as far as like a first impression of this product, I really liked it. I actually think I like it better than the lotion. I feel like it's less sticky on my skin. It's set a lot faster, and it's just a lot easier to blend out. Now, I've only had it on, I just put it on today, so I'm not really sure how long this is gonna last, but we'll see. Now, I got a lot of new foundations from the drugstore, as you can tell. So starting off with the one I have on right now actually is the Maybelline Fit Me foundations. Now, I've never tried these before. I know I hear so many good things about them, so I decided to finally pick them up. This one, I'm not sure if it's the original formula because it didn't say dewy or like matte and poreless like the other ones. So this is in the color 240, and I also picked up one of the matte and poreless ones, and this is in the color 228. And I ended up mixing the two together, and that's the foundation I have on right now. I've had this foundation on for over 12 hours now. I think it's like almost midnight, and I put this on maybe around 8 o'clock or so. So I've had this on for a very long time, and surprisingly it's holding up pretty well. It doesn't look as good as when I first applied it, but I'm definitely pretty impressed with how long this has lasted all day. I got the new Maybelline foundation, and this is their Super Stay Better Skin Foundation, and I actually ended up picking up the concealer with it as well. I've only swatched the concealer, and judging from the swatch that I did, it feels like a little bit of like a drier consistency, so I have to test it out and see how it works. I have worn the foundation, I think I've only worn it once. I wasn't a fan of when I was first applying it. I wasn't really liking how it was setting on my skin or the application, but as the day went on and it really set into my skin, I was kind of liking it a little bit more, so I kind of have to play around with this to really get a feel if I like it or not. So far, I wasn't really a fan. I picked up this foundation from Rimmel, and Rimmel used to make one of my favorite foundations. I think they still have it, I just haven't used it in a while. So I decided to pick one up, and this is their Clean Finish Matte Foundation. I'm not sure if this is new or I just never saw it before, but it was really inexpensive, around like $3 or $4, and I've kind of been into matte foundations recently. It kind of has this like funky little applicator, like it almost looks like a little spatula or something. It's a very thick, like moussey foundation, so I'm curious to see how this sets on my skin. If you guys want to see a video on it, let me know. And the last foundation I got is by Covergirl, and this is their Stay Luminous foundation. And this is one I was most excited about because I do have dry skin, and I actually tried this out, I think twice. I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet. I feel like the coverage is pretty good. I feel like it's like a medium coverage foundation, but if you do have oily skin, I don't know if this would be the best foundation for you, because I noticed by the end of the day I was looking a little bit oily, and for me, I have dry skin. I never really get oily, so keep that in mind if you have oily skin. But if you have dry skin, I think you might be a fan if you like a really dewy finish to your foundation, because this definitely gives it to you. Along with foundations, I picked up a lot of powders as well. So the first one I picked up is by L'Oreal, and this is their Hydra Perfecting Loose Powder, and this is a translucent powder, I believe, and it's the one I'm actually wearing today. I kind of baked it underneath my eyes to see if it would give me a brightening effect, and it kind of did. It wasn't super intense or anything like that, but I definitely feel like it really locked my concealer in place and kept it from creasing or even budging around. Now, this powder has a little bit of a tint to it, which is why I decided to try to bake with it. And it kind of reminded me of the Laura Mercier's translucent powder. I don't know, I might pick up that one and see if the two compare, and if they're dupes or not. So I will let you know. This is the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and this is the translucent extra coverage powder, and this powder is intense. Like, it is no joke. It is going to lock everything in and is not going to budge. So I think if you have oily skin, you will be a fan of this powder. I definitely think you can easily get carried away with this powder, but if you want to do like maybe like baking or just lightly setting your makeup with this powder, it's a pretty good one. I found mine at Walmart. I think I've seen it at Walgreens as well, and it's only like $5 or $6. And the last one I got is by NYC, and this is the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. I also think this is, it doesn't say, but I think this is translucent as well. I haven't gotten a chance to try it, so can't really say exactly how it works out, but it was really inexpensive. I got this Wet n Wild contour kit, and they have two different ones. One looks a little bit more pink, while this one has more like a banana powder. And I mainly picked it up for the little like banana powder thingy. From looking at the packaging, it really reminded me of the Marc Jacobs powder, even though that one is like way more expensive, and it's also a little larger than this as well. I've been debating whether or not to get the Marc Jacobs one. So once I saw this, I just wanted to see if the two would even compare. And actually they feel really, really smooth like the Marc Jacobs one. It's pretty pigmented as well. The only thing I don't like is this bronzer. I feel like the shade is a little bit off. I don't feel like I could really use this to bronze or contour on my skin tone. But definitely if you wanted a brightening like banana powder but didn't want to spend the money on like the Anastasia one or something like that, I feel like you could definitely get the same effect with something like this. And I got two of these little trio things. So the first one is 3 times a charm, and basically they have like a highlighter, blush, and bronzer. But this one, it's very, very light shades. So they have the highlight shade right here. They have this, what in the other ones look like a bronzer, but in this palette it looks like a really light, like brightening powder, kind of like Reserve Your Cabana from Wet n Wild, if you're familiar with that powder. And then they have this really nice blush shade in here, which is really, really like a nice neutral pink, which is normally what I go for. And the next one I have is 3 times a Lady, and this one you can definitely tell the highlight, blush, and bronzer. And this one definitely has more of like a nice sheen to it. So if you're into like that glowy bronzer, I think you're really gonna like this one. And they're all just really pigmented. As you can see, the highlight in this is super intense. It's like beaming off my hand right now. The bronzer is not super dark. I mean, even on me, for my skin tone, I feel like it wouldn't really show up too much. And then the blush is right there. And as you can see, it gives a really, really nice sheen. Definitely pick up this one 3 times a Lady. I finally got the Tiki bronzer, which is AKA a highlight. It's a really, really popular highlight, which I don't know why it took me so long to pick it up, but this is it right here. And I feel like this bronzer looks different on other people than how it looks on me. So that is it right there. It doesn't look like it has much of a sheen. I don't know, I feel like it looks different on other people. So I'll see how it applies. I haven't actually like worn it. The next 4 I have are all by L'Oreal, and these are their new illuminators. And I got the rose and golden one, but the rose one is still very light as well. But I've actually been getting mixed reviews about these highlighters. People think they're really chalky, really powdery. I don't see much of a sheen. They do feel a little bit powdery. But this is the golden one, and that is it right there. So as you can see, it does give you some color, but it still looks a little bit powdery. So not really sure how I feel about those. And I got 2 of the liquid ones, the same thing. I got the golden and the rose, and they're actually extremely pigmented. They almost look a little bit too dark for me to get away with using as a highlighter, but they do give you a really nice glow. So I'm still gonna try it out and see if I can make them work. Maybe I can mix the golden one in with like a foundation, or maybe use this one like over my cheeks. I don't know. We will see. I got a couple little eye stuff, and both are from NYX, and this is the white liquid liner. I saw someone use this on Instagram for one of their looks, and it looked really nice. And actually after swatching it, it's super pigmented and opaque, so I'm really excited to try this one out. And I got one of these shadow sticks, and this is in the color Silk. It's just like a nice like champagne kind of color. I actually used this on my eyes today. I ended up like layering other eyeshadows over top. When I swatch it, as you can see, that is it right there. It looks like this like nice like shiny kind of shadow, but actually when I applied it to my lid, I really didn't get that effect, and I almost feel like I had to really press down kind of hard for the like shadow to build up. So I wasn't really a fan the first time using it, but I also wasn't wearing a primer, so maybe I'll try it out different ways next time. Now everything else I'm gonna be talking about is lip products, and I went crazy for lip products, so that's my favorite thing to buy at the drugstore. And these are by L'Oreal, and these are the lilac and Le Matte little lip crayon things. These came out a while back, like maybe a year ago or 2 years ago, something like that. I actually missed out on that collection, so I was really pumped up when I saw this at the drugstore again. Choco Lacque, and this is a nice kind of light pink mauve shade. Matter of Fact, which is a matte shade, berry pink color. So the matte lipsticks are described as velvety full coverage lip colors. They are super opaque and full color, so you definitely get some nice color payoff with these little lipsticks. They feel really comfortable on your lips, so I definitely want to go pick up a couple more because I don't know if these are limited edition. I don't know. I also got a couple of the new Color Blur Maybelline lip crayons. I got 40 and I also got 50. And 50 is a nice pink mauve shade, and again, another like brighter pink berry shade. They are extremely, extremely pigmented. I just applied them straight like as a lip crayon, but I know they have this little tool on the side so you can get this cool like ombre effect if you want to do that. Speaking of Maybelline, they came out with a few new shades of matte lipsticks, and I already knew I was a fan of their matte lipsticks. I pretty much have the entire collection now, so I picked up 4 more. So I ended up getting Clay Crush, got Burgundy Blush, I got All Fired Up, which is one of my favorite shades. It kind of looks similar. I wouldn't say it's a dupe because I compared the two together, but it's very similar to Relentlessly Red from MAC. And then Nude Nuance. I'm really bad at pronouncing names. I got a gloss. I'm more of like a matte lipstick person, but I kind of like a nude gloss every now and then. So I got this one by Maybelline. It's not nude, and it's in the color Nude Illusion. And I'm actually really liking it. Every now and then, like I said, I like to wear a glossy nude lip, and this one is definitely one of my favorites. It just feels really comfortable on your lips. It's not like overly opaque to where you don't really need a mirror to apply this. You can just slap it on, and it doesn't feel sticky, but it is slightly tacky. But I kind of like that in a lip gloss, so it doesn't like slide around and it'll last a lot longer. I also picked up a few of the LA Girl flat, what are these called? Flat finish pigment glosses. And let me tell you, these are these all of them? Yeah. I guess I have 6. I thought I had 7. These are so pigmented. I will say they are a little bit drying compared to other liquid lipsticks I have tried, because these are like a liquid lipstick and they dry to complete matte finish. There is nothing glossy about these. I've worn Rebel a couple times and Dreamy as well, and like I said, they do feel a little bit dry on the lips, so definitely want to prep your lips before wearing this, or maybe wear it with a lip balm. I also got 2 new of the Jordana Modern Matte lipsticks because I am such a fan of the ones I already had, which are more like nude colors. And I got Matte It Girl and Matte Dare. And they're actually the 2 I have on right now. I kind of layered these 2 together along with the Jordana lip liner in Plum. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and give this video a thumbs up if you did. If you want to see more haul videos, let me know, and I'll definitely do more in the future. I'll try to do like more drugstore stuff next time. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Don't ask me questions, 'cause I'm tired of confessing it.